speaking about radio play, I know at the end of last year, you voiced concerns and you said that you didn't think that South African media were giving you enough radio play and paying enough attention to what you were doing. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, but I don't think I want to speak about it because, firstly, I think it just brings a negative energy towards me where people want to argue with me, you know, and it makes me, you know, I saw something last night from Jada Pinkett where she says, when you beg for acknowledgement, it makes you lose dignity.
Yeah.
And I think I'd learned something from her. I'm like, you know, I was just voicing how I feel, and me being an independent artist, there's no one who's going to speak for me except myself. I don't have a record label, you know, or any of that. So I was just like, you know, begging them to be fair on me, like just play my music the same way you play your favorites.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, you don't need to like me, but, you know, I've worked so hard and I deserve to be treated a certain way. But in fact, it just made me lose dignity. You know, it made me look like I was, you know, desperate. And, you know, so it was like, so for me right now, it's just a matter of trying to play the game and trying to find ways to get, you know, music compilers and TV compilers to, you know, prioritize my stuff the same way they prioritize the American stuff, you know, because I feel like with what I'm doing as well for the music industry, with their support, we could take it further. That's what I thought, you know, and that's my take on it.
Now, you released your latest album the end of last year, and everybody is really loving it. What kind of reception have you been getting from the fans?
The fans love it. It's been, you know, 50, not 50, I think like 70-30, like people who really follow my music and are very interested in what I do, you know, really love the album because it was more personal and it was more mature, you know. And then there's people who are just riding with a wave, you know, and then they have their own expectations and they want me to sound like this or like that, and, you know.
Is that frustrating for you as an artist?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think anybody wants to hear that their music is not on par, you know. But at the same time, I think the most important thing is what the majority is saying. So the fact that, you know, we went platinum in a month and people really dig the album, and when I come out and perform these songs that don't even have videos and people love them, and people have general discussions about what I was speaking about on this song and how it relates to them, and, you know, and people argue about the meanings of the things that I'm saying. For me, that's the most important thing, and it's genuine, and it means that I put a lot of substance in my music that can spark conversations. So I think last year, and I think it was, for me, or my bad was just concentrating on the negative sometimes, you know, because, you know, I grew up being liked by people. So I think I got used to being liked by everyone and being loved by everyone. And for me, it's a foreign experience when people don't like me. It shocks me. It's like a culture shock. I'm not used to it. And I think that's why sometimes I react the way I do. It's like panic, you know, because I'm not used to people not liking me, because I've always been liked by people and I've always loved people, and I've never been someone like, you know, I've never had like arrogance in my life or any of that. So I never offended people. But now, you know, it's just weird that just being successful can offend people and make people not like you. So I think that's just, you know, that explains the reactions sometimes.